And this is not treated as a business. Right away, I wanted to tell you that we are not making money here in this university. This university was opened by the professor and is run now by his son-in-law. And in a few more years, this university is going to be run by his daughter. So this is run by the same family, and this university is a huge glory for them, is a huge name for them, is a brand for them, but this is not for making money. So the quality here is always first, and this is what I wanted to tell you. When it comes about Poland, okay, Poland is very, very, very far away from India. I'm not sure if any of you ever been in Poland. Okay, if you want to click here that yes, someone been in Poland, it will be amazing. If you haven't been in Poland, this is the map of Europe. Okay, this is Central Europe. Poland is really in the center of Europe. It's really amazing thing for the student because of few things. First of all, this is the location that allows students to easily travel to other European cities really in a cheap prices. Wizz Air or Ryanair or any other flight ticket from Poland to UK, for example, is from £10. Flight to Paris is around €100. If you want to go to Sweden, if you want to go to Spain, if you want to go to Portugal, if you want to go to Italy, really with a few euros you can buy a flight with low-cost airlines like Indigo, for example, in India. You can buy a ticket and you can travel to any European destination. Students getting a student visa into Poland, they are actually free to travel within the Schengen zone and within the European Union zone. So it's opening for them around 30 countries in Europe to travel, to get to know them. They don't have a right to work, I will tell you right away. So if a student is receiving a student visa to Poland, they have a right to work in Poland, but they do not have a right to work in the European Union, but freely travel. When it comes to work, and this is, I think, one of the most important things why the students want to come to Poland, is that working here on the student visa is unlimited. So you can work as many hours in a month time as you want, but keeping in mind that you need to keep your student status to be able to have an access to the working market. What does it mean? It means that depends on how student is ambitious and what is the real purpose of coming here of a student. Your student will work less or more. Honestly speaking, because my university is top 3 university in Poland, studying here is not easy. Okay, it's really demanding. Students really need to come to classes, and I will tell you right away that we are checking if they are coming to classes. Students, they need to have 80% attendance to the classes. If they are not attending the classes and if they are not passing an exams, then they might lose their student status. So you need to remind your students that yes, you are allowed to work, but you need to remember that your studies are your priority. Of course, there's many universities in Poland. There are universities who are not really giving a right experience to students, and there really is not about the studying there. But with these universities, I don't want to have anything in common, to be honest with you, because students should come here to get a really good quality education with a value for money, because Poland is not expensive, but about the fees we are going to talk a little bit later on. As well, I wanted to tell you something about Poland that maybe you don't know if you never visit the Poland. So Poland in the north of Poland, in north of our country, we have a sea. So we have a beautiful seaside. Our beaches are white and amazing, almost like in Goa, with a small difference that the temperature here is a little bit lower. Okay, so the water is really cold. But if you want to lie on the beach, it still looks beautiful, amazing on photos. Then on the south of our country, we have mountains. So if your students would like to try skiing and they really want to see 1.5 meters snow, this is an amazing place to go. When it comes to capital city Warsaw, this is the biggest city in our country, is almost 3 million people. So comparing to India sizes, okay, our country and our cities are very small, very tiny. So it's something that you can offer to students, because in India, living in a big cities especially, it's a little bit stressful life. As well, it's lots of pollution, okay, lots of traffic jam. Everyone is in a hurry. you cannot relax. There's no places to rest. Okay, you need to go somewhere farther away to Goa, for example, or Himalayan mountains if you want to have a rest. In Poland, it's not so difficult. Our cities are much smaller, but still they are big enough to give a good opportunities to students, especially our capital city that I will tell you a few words later on. The whole country, as you see, comparing to other European countries, is not small. Okay, you cannot compare Poland, of course, with India sizes, because we are the size of Gujarat, for example. Okay, which for India is our country would be seen as a small. For us, is one of the biggest countries in the European Union. We have 38 million population here, which again for India sizes is really small. Okay, Mumbai is 20 million people. So our whole population is almost like two Mumbais, or Mumbai and Delhi all together, not counting the rest of India. But of course, you cannot compare these. As well, if you don't know what I want to tell you about our country is mainly white Polish people. Okay, why it is so important for you to know this? Because your students, when they may come, they need to be well prepared by you that our country is not so multicultural as other countries, as United States or as UK or as Australia or Canada, when you can meet any nationality. Our country is on the beginning of this road. Okay, we started accepting international students into our country around 5 years ago. So before we will be so multicultural, it will take time. But there is a good news for Indian students. Indian community in Poland is actually one of the biggest communities. We have around 5,000 Indian students in our country. This is a really good number. Why this is so good? It's good because it's easy for them to find friends. Okay, there's already many Indians here. They can share their experience, how they like Poland, how they live here. Then it's very important as well because we have many Indian shops here. Okay, we have few chains of Indian supermarkets like Desri Bazaar, for example, in Warsaw. They have several shops where you can buy anything. You can buy ghee, you can buy paneer, you can buy chapati if you don't want to do it home. You can buy even sari in Warsaw, okay, if you want to. As well, we have Patanjali, Himalaya, and other Indian cosmetics in Poland. So all the things are here for the students. They don't need to be scared that they will not be able to purchase, for example, the food if they want to cook home. Okay, I think this is very important. I think these are the most important things I wanted to tell you about Poland. And now, if you have any more questions later on or now, you can chat me and I will try to answer your questions. Now I'll tell you a little bit about our capital city, so Warsaw. As I told you, Warsaw is the biggest city in Poland. Is around 3 million people living in Warsaw now. Why this is so amazing for students to study and live in Warsaw? First of all, it will not be so shocking for students if they come from a big city, okay, like Chennai, Bangalore, or any other big city in India. It will not be so shocking for them that they are in the small town. This is first of all. And second of all, Warsaw is giving them amazing opportunities when it comes to work. Warsaw is a business city. So most of the international companies, if they are opening their offices or if they are opening their branches, they are opening it in Warsaw. And maybe through a few other big cities in Poland. But Warsaw is the main one. As well, what is really important for you is that from Warsaw, we have -5 unemployment on our market. What does it mean? It means that in Warsaw, we need 5% more people to work. Okay, it's really important for the students because we want the students to have this opportunity to do internship and then to do work in Warsaw. Okay. I'm going to tell you later on about our career office that is helping students to get a work because we don't want our students to work at Uber Eats. I will tell you right away. Okay, Uber Eats job is easy to get. Students will earn peanuts here and they're really wasting their time. We want the students to get a valuable job that they can keep in their portfolio, and then it will be easier for them in the future to find a real employment in Warsaw when they have this real value experience here. When it comes to culture and ethnic, I wanted to tell you that Warsaw is the city where there is the biggest number of international students and employees mainly. So it will not be so difficult for students to feel comfortable in Warsaw. They will see many foreigners in our city. It's quite an important thing. As well, everything here is in English. English is not our official language, but all the children here from the kindergarten, they have English education, okay? Many of Polish people, they lived abroad, so in Warsaw especially, it's very easy to communicate in English. Of course, you cannot expect from my grandmother, for example, who is 8 years old, to speak English, but it's actually quite easy to speak with any person on the street, younger person, and ask for the way or anything or help, okay? As well, it's quite important that even though we are a capital city, the costs of living here are quite low. What does it mean? It means that you can compare them to prices of big cities in India. If you want to rent an apartment, double room apartment in Warsaw, it will be around 500 euro, okay, per month. If you want to buy a food and cook home, it will be around 150 euro per month. If you want to buy the transportation system, it's very important that we have this travel card in Warsaw, and this travel card is discounted 50% for students, and many things are discounted 50% for students. It will be 20 euro per month. So this is really not so expensive. Living here, of course, might be more expensive than in some smaller cities in India, but if you are comparing to Delhi and Mumbai, which are very expensive cities, then costs of living here are comparable. But for sure, you cannot compare these expenses to what you have in Germany, in Berlin, or what you have in London, in UK, or what you have in New York. You cannot compare these prices. Our country is at least 3 times cheaper than UK, and at least 50% cheaper than what you can find in Germany. So I think this is really important selling point. If a student is doing a part-time job, he can easily earn enough money to pay for his rent every month, okay? I think this is really important. Then I wanted to mention to you about that we are really friendly, okay? And I hope that you know some people and you know that Polish people are open. Of course, you need to prepare your students that because our country mainly is not so rich with other cultures and does not have these same international environment, like for example in UK, where different nations are coming for the last 20 years or maybe even more, still Polish people are very friendly. We are very happy to get to know other cultures. We are happy to get to know other people. It's a very safe place to live, okay? In Warsaw, the ratio of crime is close to 0, okay? We don't have a crime here. But as well, you need to prepare the students that if they would meet with any kind of way of intolerance in our country, they shouldn't stay quiet about this. They should let us know, okay? Police here is really in Poland to help the students. Very often Indian students are a little bit concerned about calling police or maybe asking police officer for help. Our police here doesn't have a stick, okay? First of all, they are not allowed to beat people. And our police here is really to help, okay? This is their concern. So if student met with any kind of a way of intolerance, then please let us know. We will be happy to assist them because this is unacceptable. And it's really rare if you want to know. Okay, then let's get back. We went through the information part about Poland and about Warsaw. Is everything clear for you? Do you have any questions about these? Oh, I didn't tell you about the weather. Okay, this is quite an important because I'm noticing very often students, they have a problem with this. Food, yes, it's very important. I will tell you about food. Okay, first the weather. We have 4 seasons here. So we have summer, spring, and we have autumn and winter. Okay, but Indian students, they don't understand that our autumn and winter is much colder than what you can have in your country, okay, especially in south, okay. If student come from Himalaya, okay, he will know what doesn't mean cold and snow and minus temperatures. If your students will come from Kerala, okay, most probably he never seen the snow in his life. And in the winter time is really cold, okay. Now today it's not so cold, is 0 degree, but normally in the winter it might be -5, it might be -10. So my advice for Indian students is that they simply should not buy winter clothing in India, because you will not find something that is suitable for our climate. So it's better when the students are coming here in September, October, and they will go simply for sales, and they will buy some kind of a coat, hat, gloves, and they will prepare themselves for the winter. Okay, because very often they are not getting dressed well, and they are becoming ill. Okay, in Poland. And as well, it's very important we have a very good health system here. And your students will need to buy an insurance, so anytime they can go to doctor, but this we will talk during the admission. And now let's get back to food. Of course, food is so important when it comes to Indian students, okay? And actually, I love Indian food. All right, so let's be honest with you. If you never tried European food, okay, for you, European food will be tasteless. Okay, it will not be tasty, because mainly in Europe we don't have such a riches when it comes to spices. Spices that we are using, this is salt and pepper, salt and pepper, salt and pepper and water. Okay, nothing else. Even the rice we eat here is rather Chinese, so we don't have such an understanding about food. Okay, people here, they eat meat. Okay, for vegetarians in India is very important, but there is more and more society becoming vegetarians. I'm vegetarian, for example. I do not eat meat for many years now. 10% of our society now is declaring to be a vegetarian. In India, it's 40%. So, of course, it's not so many vegetarians like in India, but still, it is easy here to find fruits, to find vegetables, and buy them all year long. We have a chain of shops, supermarkets that are quite cheap, and the prices are really affordable for the students, so they can easily buy fruits, vegetables that they may cook a meal. As I told you, if they want to do paneer tikka masala, it's not so difficult to buy spices in the Indian shop and to buy paneer, for example. If they just want to do some kind of a dish with aloo gobi or something, you know, with the potatoes or maybe with cauliflower, these vegetables are easily accessible everywhere. If they eat meat, then of course they will buy it here as well. Some Indians, for example, they eat chicken, yeah? Then chicken, you can find it here. Students normally, Indian students normally, they are cooking themselves, I want to tell you, because simply they want to save money, yeah? But it's not so difficult to find restaurants here, okay? On every corner now, we have an Indian restaurant. Even around the university, we have Dabat restaurant, which is 3 minutes walk. Then we have other way Tulsi restaurant, which is 5 minutes walk from the camp. Okay, but some students may say it's expensive. Then no worries. There is many services online, especially now, that Indians are cooking, preparing pre-ordered meals. Student may order the meal and either pick it up or it will be brought to your apartment. So these services are accessible for students too. And I've seen on Facebook that they are offering like a 3-course meal, Indian meal every day for around 15 zloty, which is around €4, okay? Or £3 if you prefer. So this is not so expensive. Or we have some clever boys here that they cannot cook, okay? But they made an arrangement with our student girls, Indian girls, and the girls are cooking for a few boys, okay? And they are, for example, buying the products for them. So this is the way you can arrange your life in Poland. Did I answer the question about food fully? Do you have any other question about anything here concerned? No. If there is no more question, my dear, then let's go further in the presentation. Now, it's very important because our university is a private university, but this is really good university. We are top 3 university. We are looking students who are really high quality students, okay? High quality student, it means that student will seriously come to the classes, okay? Students will seriously come to the university, not only to Poland for the work visa, and this is very important for agency too, okay? Because those students who really come to school, they are really enjoying their time, they tend to be happy, okay? They're not calling you every night and day with the issues, with problems, because we are here to serve the issues and problems. And as well, it's very important when it comes to your commission payment, okay? I will tell you right away. Because we are paying the commission for real students, okay? We are not paying commission for students who stopped coming to classes or they resigned from classes because they prefer to work in Uber Eats. Okay, so how we wanted to filter the students. First of all, the most important part is the language ability. Okay, students, they need to have B2 English level, upper intermediate. And my dear, don't laugh here, don't laugh. I've been in India many times. And of course, every Indian will tell you, oh yes, my English is perfect. I speak such a good English. But this is not truth. Okay, especially in some states. Kerala is one of the most educated states. I don't know if you are only from Kerala or maybe from other branches here as well, because actually your organization is very big. But mainly from those states where education is on not such a high level, okay, we are really having an issues. So we do not accept English, medium of instruction in English, okay? It is not acceptable. We need a student to show us the certificate. Actually, when it comes to the language, you have two possibilities. Either your student can show us TOEFL or IELTS, and you can see on the slide here that we are demanding IELTS 5.5 or TOEFL 87 plus. So this is upper intermediate English level, or maybe some other certificates. Okay, if your students want to pass Pearson or want to pass Cambridge examination, we can agree on that. Please check with us before if we will accept this certificate, and what is the score we demand from the students. Okay, if your student who doesn't want to pass on certificate, maybe he doesn't want to waste additional money, or maybe there is a huge queue for examination, okay, and student cannot get the date for examination, then don't worry, there is a second possibility. From last year, we started doing the Skype interviews with students, okay? And it is very successful, but we need to be sure that this is a student that is doing the Skype interview. So we will ask the student to show us the passport photo, okay, and the passport, and confirm that this is the student. And student need to go through this Skype examination. On the basis of this Skype examination, we can accept the student as well into the program, but please be aware that due to some issues that some students were not until the end fair with us, okay, and one student was passing an exam and the second student arrived here and actually he had no knowledge, okay, in English. We are checking again on the arrival, okay. On the arrival they will do again a very short exam which is going to confirm simply the knowledge they had before, okay. And language is a basis. Students need to speak good English. If they speak English, they are able to make friends, they are able to easily find a job, and they are easily able to pass on exams and study. The second thing are grades. We are demanding minimum 60% GPA. What does it mean? It means that on the last certificate, your student should have minimum 60%. And really, my advice for this is to check mathematics especially, and business subjects, because students who are weak in mathematics, they will not handle in this university. This is a business university, this is a fine business university, so mathematics will be on all the courses. Doesn't matter if you will study management, if you will study international relations, you still will have mathematics, or maybe you will have some other subjects like statistics, which is connected with mathematics too. Okay, so your students, they really need to have a good mathematics level. Of course, if your student have a GPA of 58, 56, 55, but you feel that this is a strong student, maybe he had some problem in the last schooling, some kind of not nature of psychological nature, maybe some family problems, and you still feel that is a genuine student, then we are ready to make some kind of exceptions for these students. But really, my advice for you is not to waste your time for weak students. Okay? And a very important note here, we are accepting students with first division and second division. Okay? No third division accepted in Poland. And legally, by the law of our country, student with third division, they cannot be accepted to university because the result is too low. Okay, so please remember about it. We don't want to have later on any issues when you are sending us the files. So first division and second division. Okay. And then if your student is applying for the subjects connected with, for the specialization connected with economics or connected with the business studies, then as I mentioned to you, please check on his grading system if he was good in maths, if he was good in economic studies. If he was not, it will be difficult for him to study here. Then if your student is applying for management, or if your student is applying to international relations, he needs to be good in history studies, in science, in humanistic science studies, in making presentation, maybe in languages, okay? Because they will have more subjects of this kind of an interest there. Then sometimes students are asking who I may become after economics or business economics, okay? These subjects are especially preparing students to work somewhere in the financial system, in the banks, okay? Maybe in analyzing departments, in accounting departments, okay? So this is for those who really want to do something connected with numbers, or maybe want to be businessmen. Then when you are graduating international relations, many of our students are working later on in embassies, okay, in governmental structures. They are assistants of the consuls of different countries, okay, of consulates. Some of them, they are working in European Union structures. As well, corporations are looking for students with this kind of specializations, okay, but this I will tell you a little bit later on as well. Now, let's jump on to a few information about the university. The most important thing I wanted to tell you here is, and I want you to remember, is that our university is not a huge university. Okay, all in total we have 5,000 students. This is big number, but not too big. Again, please, you cannot compare it with Indian universities. Okay, universities in India, it's easy for them to have 20, 25, 30,000 students. In Poland, we don't have these sizes universities. Our university is seen as a medium-sized university. Okay, so I wanted to tell you the most important fact is that our university, minimum 50% of our students are international. Okay, it means that we have a really good international mix here. When it comes to Indian students, you don't need to be scared. We don't have the majority of Indian students here. No, we have 100 Indian students, okay? This is a big number for us. We have students from other Asian countries, like Philippines, like Malaysia, like Japan, like China. We have students from Middle East. We have students from Europe. We have students from America, from South and North America. So the nationality mix here is really good. But telling you right away, honestly, the biggest number of international students in Poland in all the universities are Russian speakers, okay? So are our neighbors from one of our borders, yeah? So Ukraine, Belarus, Russia, these are the biggest number of students. But we never allow one nationality to become our majority, because then simply it's not comfortable for the students. We have enough Indian students, and we have students from Gujarat. We have some students from Kerala, but not many, to be honest with you. We have students from Maharashtra, so from Mumbai area. We have students from Delhi, okay? And we have really few students coming from northern states. Why? Simply because of visas, okay? Now I want to make a remark about visas. Remember that it's not so easy now to get a visa appointment, okay? I'm sure that if you have already an experience, you know this. It's easier to get an appointment, and it's easier to get a visa if your students applying through Mumbai. So if they come from central and southern India, they are applying through Mumbai, there is a bigger possibility they will get a visa. If they are well prepared for the meeting that I will tell you later on, there is a big possibility, 80%. Okay, if they are applying from the northern states, the possibility is very small. There's a huge queue there, okay? In our consulate in Delhi, you know that our consulate in Delhi is serving Pakistan, is serving Sri Lanka, is serving Nepal and Bangladesh and northern India, Okay, so the line of people there is huge. Okay, it's so difficult to get an appointment. And students, if they have in their passport NRC area, okay, or Delhi, there's a big possibility they will get a visa. But if they have in their passport Punjab, Haryana, Uttar Pradesh, or any Bihar, or any of the northern states that are seen as poor states, okay, or third states, okay, these students may have a big problem with the visas, and we have many rejections. Honestly speaking, only from north, only girls are getting visas. Okay, because maybe consulate feels that girls are really going for education. Okay, they're not going for migration purposes. As well, this is what I agreed with Mr. Razak. I don't want you to recruit students in all states. There are some states that the names Mr. Razak have them, okay, that are restricted for you, and I don't want you to recruit students there, and I don't want you to do the marketing there, because in these states I have an exclusive agents, okay. In these states I have an agent on exclusive rights, and I don't want any other agent to recruit there. But I'm so happy to have students, for example, from South of India, so from Kerala. The students are really amazing. We have few of those students from South. They are really ambitious, they are studying well, they are helping us with organizing different kind of events. All right. What else can show the quality of the university? As I told you, we are top 3, number 3 private university in our country. Remember that the statistics and the rankings in our country are done separately, okay, governmental and non-governmental. And if you can see the name here, Perspektive, on this slide, on the green, okay, on the green area, this is the organization that is doing the best well-known ranking. It's done as well in English, so if you will Google it, you can find a ranking of governmental and private institutions. And my strong advice for you is to work with 1 to 20, okay? Everything that is lower than 20, it is not really a good private universities. They do not really care about the quality of teaching there. We are number 3, and every year we are either second or third private best university in Poland, so that we are very well-known brand here. So education here is on really good level. I want to tell you that internationalization of a university is not only about the students, but as well it is about our professors. Okay, 50% of our staff here employed who are teaching our students, they are non-Polish origin, or they are half Polish origin, okay, but maybe they were born somewhere abroad. Many of our professors come from UK, come from United States of America, come from Austria, from Germany, from Bulgaria, Romania, from Ukraine, Russia. So we have really good nationality mix when it comes to professors too. I wanted to tell you that our dean, now new dean that we chosen last year, he is an Austrian by origin. So he understands the international student needs very well. And vice dean, he's Ukrainian by origin, by the way. So he understands students too. If we have any issues with international students, really it's enough for the student to come and ask us if they have any kind of things. We will help them and support them if they have any problems in studies, for example. Then when it comes to the second thing that is showing our quality is our double degree program. And you can see the poster here with this handsome gentleman. This gentleman actually comes from Gujarat. Okay, his name is Akshay. He is one of our students of a double degree program that we are doing together with Coventry University. Program done with Coventry University is really something exclusive for really good students, and I will tell you something about the double degree program in the next slides. Okay, oh my God, this slide got destroyed. Oh, I'm really sorry for this, and I will just briefly tell you about the programs we are offering. I think I will upload the next presentation in PDF file, not in PPS, then it will not get destroyed. Okay. We are providing programs like economics on bachelor and masters. We are providing programs like international relations on bachelor and masters, and we have a management program on bachelor. And these are all programs that are offered with a single degree. Fees of these programs will change this year. I will tell you right away. We are changing the fees every year a little bit, 2%, 3%. So it will not be a big change, but per semester is around 1,500 euro. So per year is 3,000 euro. This is not much. This is really good quality value for money for the students. I guess one of the most popular programs when it comes to Indian students is a management course. But please notice we have it now only in the BA, okay, bachelor. In the master we will have it next year. Here I want to make one small remark for you. We will have a new programs that we are opening this year for October. And I will do a mailing for you, and I'm going to send you out this information most probably until the end of this week. We will have a programs which are going to be law in management and law in international relations. So after these programs, students will not be able to be a lawyer, but they will have a knowledge in law. Why this is so important? It's important because some corporations especially, they are looking for students who have not only managing skills, but they as well have a knowledge in law. Or maybe they work in embassy and they need to have some knowledge in law. And I will send you more information out until the end of this week. And this course will be around the same price, so around 1,500 euro per semester. Now, when it comes to the double degree program, and this is what I wanted to tell you, I'm sure all of you who ever been to UK or ever recruited any students to UK, you know that you know the Coventry University. This is one of the best private universities in UK. As for now, is on place 12 in UK, which is a great result. This is a huge university. They are based in Coventry. It's 32,000 students as for now. We are offering 2 programs of double degree with them. Either this is business economics or this is international relations. Upon the graduation of these programs, students are receiving 2 certificates separately. This is Coventry University certificate and Lazarski University certificate. So in the future, if student want to use just one, he can use just British degree. If he wants to use both of them, this is a huge asset for sure. This certificate is exactly the same as the one they would receive in Coventry. It's even printed out in Coventry. The only difference is that in the certificate it will be written that studies were taken in campus in Warsaw, not in Coventry. But the value of the certificate is exactly the same. And I wanted to tell you this program is a little bit more expensive. So it's 1,900 as for now. So students will pay around 4,000 euro per year. But comparing to price of this program in UK, which is 16,000 pounds per year, this is really good price. Okay, but as I told you, these programs are for ambitious students. This program is a blend of British education and Polish education. So this is for students who really want to work hard. Okay, this is more self-work from this. So this is really for good students, and here I will make no exceptions. 60% of the GPA is absolutely the minimum, and they need to have a good English. But this program as well is giving students great opportunity because they can do in the price of a course 1 semester exchange to UK, and they are not paying anything additionally. The only thing is that every year we are choosing simply the best students, okay? So they need to be really good student and they need to have a good language ability. They can do the exchange program into UK, and they will still receive a grant for taking part in this program. We are offering an accommodation for our students, okay? This is capital city, so I will be honest right away. You need to book an accommodation for your students ASAP. We have dormitories for our students, and the prices there are really low. It's €150 per month. But I will tell you that until April, May, this accommodation is full. We have only up to 150 beds there. So when our accommodation is full, we are offering other kind of accommodation for our students, like private residences, for example. They might be a little bit more expensive. All students can rent an apartment in Warsaw, and this is what our accommodation team is helping you to do, okay? To find an accommodation for students. There is a separate team dealing only with accommodation. You can simply send them an email. In the files that I'm going to provide you soon, because I'm going to make a new one for 2019, you will have all the information how to contact our team. You will have an accommodation team email address, and you have as well our admission team email address. And staff working there, they are happy to assist you with any further questions. When it comes to accommodation, please as well, please have a look in our website. In our website, you have a list and photos and price of all the accommodation that we provide. Now, very important thing when it comes to job and internship for the students. We have a career office here, which is responsible for careers and job opportunities for students. Ladies working there, they are only looking for offers, job offers for the students. But we are not only working for employees to come and give an opportunity, because we as a university ourselves, we are signing an agreement with different companies to provide a possibility to do internship with these companies. For example, Deutsche Bank, for example, Ernst & Young, for example, Pfizer. We work as well with Cito, we work with Siemens, we work with Paribas Bank. So there is many opportunities for the students that when they will do the part-time internship during their studies, it's easier for them later on to stay in the company. If they show the quality of what they do, of how they work, it will be easy for them to stay later on in this company for the full-time job after the graduation. As well, we have a work fair every year in our camp. It's in November, so we are inviting 30 to 50 companies. They are having a booth on our camp, and our students can directly give their CV to the company, and this is the way they can get a job. As well, we are helping them to prepare the professional CV and prepare themselves for the job interview if they need it. Now, the another thing I want to tell you, this is Erasmus Exchange. And I hope, because you know the European system very well, you know what is Erasmus Exchange program. Obviously, our students can take a part in this exchange, but again, they need to be good students and they need to have a good language ability. And then I told you already about the exchange program to Coventry University that they may do. And now we go through the admission process. Admission process will change a little bit this year for 2019, but I'm only preparing the new documentation because our Ministry of Education changed some demands. Okay, what is needed for the admission? This I'm sure you know. The most important thing is to register a student online. Okay, the registration form is very short. It's name, surname, the program student is choosing, what is the language ability student have, and you are sending us the scanned version of the documents. The very important part here is, my dears, that we need to receive the original documents of a student before he will arrive to Poland. Okay, this is a ministry demand and we cannot make any exceptions here. I know this might be hard for you. On the beginning, we will accept the student on the basis of the scanned copies, but as soon as we are providing you with an invitation letter, you need to send us a parcel with the original files of a student. Because we need to inform the ministry, we need to click in the system that we have original files. If we will not have original files and we will have any kind of control, ministry control during the season, my God, this is very bad. We need to have, we'll get simply a huge fine. Okay, so we'll simply, you have an email address of an admission team here. There is a 2 team members working there. They will serve you, and I will tell you that we are trying to reply even in the season when we have the biggest amount of the applications. We are trying to respond within 48 hours. So you are registering Oh, until when you could hear us? You could hear me. You could hear me until, okay, registration online, okay? Then the scan copies of documents, and you need to send us a parcel with original files, okay? This is very important. Yeah, till parcel, original. We need this parcel. If we will not receive this parcel, officially we cannot accept the student. Officially we cannot, because the ministry will check if we have originals, and we will get a huge fine if we will not have it, okay? Then the third step you need to do when it comes to admission is to pay the admission fee and to pay minimum 1 semester fee. Okay, it's very important, but I'm really advising you to advise your student to pay for the full year, because I noticed that students who paid only for 1 semester, they tend not to receive a visas. Simply, if you want to prove the consulate that you can afford studies, it's better if you pay for the full year. Okay, so as soon as we have registration online, we have scanned copies of documents, and we have the fees paid, we are providing you with a scanned copy of acceptance letter. And with this acceptance letter, simply you can apply for the meeting with the student. Now, documents that you need to provide us. And here, this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, all documents mentioned. But I will not talk about these documents now. You will get from me a file when you have calmly everything written there. Okay, all the documents that the student need. And this is nothing that you don't know. Okay, this is nothing that it's something surprising for you. So you need to print out the student agreement from our website. Simply when you register a student, you will receive an invoice and the agreements. You need to print them out. Student need to sign them. Then there is a language certificate that I was telling you about already. Then you need to provide us the passport copy, but actually not anymore. Because our ministry, they just changed last month the demand. So because of the data protection, we shouldn't have the passport copy of the first page of a student, but we will ask you to give us the passport copy with the pages with visas. Okay, but this is what I'm going to ask you later on. Then we need an original first scanned and then original versions of high school diploma. So again, first or second division, and then we need a transcript. Okay, this is very important, that everything needs to be translated into English or Polish, but for you it's better to do this translation into English. Okay, so these are the files that we demand. Then transcript. Okay, apostille. This is very important. Without apostille, we cannot accept a student. Okay, so your student need to have an apostille translated into Polish or English. So these documents need to be confirmed either by the Ministry of Education, okay, or the Ministry of Foreign Affairs, that this is the genuine certificate. And these apostille, you can send us the original version together with the original files later on. And migration certificate, okay? Then we will need to ask you as well to upload the student photo into the system. Okay, we don't demand anymore the paper version of a student photo. It's simply when you are doing the registration, you are uploading the student photo into the system. And mainly this is everything. Payment confirmation, we don't demand it at the end, we demand it on the beginning before we'll provide you with the offer letter. And mainly these are the files when it comes to the bachelor. Okay, and I'm not going now to bore you with the admission process for the master, because it's exactly the same. The only difference is that we don't demand from you the school transcripts and school diploma, but we are demanding from you bachelor degree from India. Yeah, this is the only difference. As well, please remember, very often I have this question. Whatever student studied in bachelor, this is non-related with his master. Okay, so if your student studied engineering okay, in bachelor, and if he wants to study business in masters or management or arts or anything else, in Poland it is available. Okay, your student can study wherever he chooses. It's not connected with whatever he was doing earlier. Okay, so this is what I want to tell you. Admission for masters is exactly the same like for the bachelor. I'm not going to tell you about this because it's exactly the same, and I'm going to send you a file that is going to be with full information, full set of documents that you need. The most important part and the most difficult part, okay? This I want to tell you about the visa procedure. And those of you who were ever before applying for Polish visa from India, you know it's not easy, as I mentioned to you earlier. It's better if you are recruiting students applying through Mumbai. If you're applying through Delhi, please be very careful. Don't accept students with some passports, okay? Sorry. Most of Punjabis anyway, they have rejections, 99%, okay? States seen as fraud, seen as poor, they're not receiving visas. As well, in India, there is a big line when it comes to visa appointments. It might be a big hassle for you. So if you have students applying for the visa appointments are released, if I'm not wrong, on Monday, every Monday, 10 o'clock in the morning. So before 10, you need to be there to register student online into this visa meeting. Okay, it's a big issue, and sometimes it's so full that students need to wait 1.5 to 2 months for the meeting. So please don't wait until the last moment to book a meeting for the student. Now, when it comes to visa, I want to tell you that I heard that there are some rumors that you can buy, okay, a visa appointment. Please be very careful about this, because as well, many fraud here too. Many people are promising that they will give you a visa appointment, okay? They charge you and they disappear. So please be very careful about that. It's much better to get a visa through our system. As well, what I wanted to tell you is that is a news. Okay, we got the information from the embassy in India, Polish embassy, that they are buying a VFS system. Okay, that everything will change in 2019. They said that from the second quarter of 2019. They will have a VFS, so you will be able to apply for visa and give your documents in 4 to 5 cities in India. So Delhi, Mumbai, Bangalore, Chennai, and maybe one more city. And this will be, they will go there through the first check, the first filtering, and then only they will go to our consulate. This way, they said it will be less line, less queue, and the visas are going to be given faster. So let us see. Okay, this is what the embassy said, but we have no guarantees until now. If I will know anything new, for sure, I will let you know. Okay. Okay. I think these are all things I wanted to cover for you when it comes to our university presentation, and everything that I wanted to mention, like roughly speaking. The file with all the documents for application, I will provide to you with the end of this week to Mr. Razak, and I will make him responsible to send it out later on to every one of you, so you can calmly read it in your office. And remember that if you have any questions about admission, our admission team is here to support you and answer all the questions. The last thing I wanted to tell you is that very soon I'm coming to India. I will take part in the education fair, and this education fair will be in Delhi, Mumbai, Bangalore, and I'm not sure about Chennai yet, but for sure Bangalore. And I will visit these cities, and I will be so happy to visit your offices. I already last year had the pleasure to visit one of your offices in Noida, okay, next to Delhi, and I got such an amazing greeting there. Okay, if Shamama or anyone from these offices, or maybe anyone is here, then I wanted to tell you that the Noida office was amazing. I've seen that the staff there is doing a great job, And I'm really under the impression of your company, the size of your company, the good knowledge that you have, and I will be very happy to visit your offices. And this for sure I'm going to discuss with Mr. Razak, and if there will be possibility to meet you in person and to do maybe presentations in your offices after the fairs, I will be so happy to do it. Okay, it will be my pleasure to see you. So I should be there. I'm starting actually the first event in Mumbai, and this starts 30th of March. So with the end of March, I will be in India. So for sure, I'm going to meet you somewhere farther in April time. This is going to be very hot summer, so I'm already preparing myself psychologically for 40 degrees weather. Okay, I think these are the all things I wanted to tell you. Now, please tell me if you have any questions. You can type here for me, and I'm going to read them out loud so everyone could hear this question, and I'm going to answer for you. Any questions? Okay, I notice. Okay, I guess that Nilima is a girl name. Yeah, I'm sorry. Is okay. So I see that only one person here is active. Okay, rest is having coffee. Okay. So apart from Punjab, any visa rejections, my dear, as I said, actually all the northern states. Okay. So Punjab, Haryana, Uttar Pradesh, Bihar, I mean, everything that is close to Punjab, to Pakistan, and everything that is actually seen as poor states, okay, as farming states, as non-developed states, they are having rejections. Nepal is having rejections, 95%. Bangladesh, 95% visa rejections. Okay, I'm not even talking about Pakistan. In Pakistan, we are not even recruiting students. I'm not even having a one agent there because they never receive any visas. And unfortunately, it's I guess this is an issue of that some states, they spoiled the imagination in the name of consulate. In the eyes of consulate, simply so many fake documents from Punjab were given, so many illegal migration, okay, that consul there is really careful, okay. If someone from Punjab or someone from Haryana is going to get a visa, believe me, it really need to be amazing student, amazing, okay, with really perfect English. And it's really not easy to do it. So that's why I'm telling you, be very careful when you are as well filtering the students. Check what they have in the passport. As well, I will tell you, if a boy, okay, has a big gap between the last education, he's 30 or 30 something, okay, and maybe he's married, then he will not get a visa to Poland. Okay, I'm telling you right away. It's almost impossible, because if someone having passport that is married, the consul is wondering why this person want to go away and leave the family member in India. Obviously this person will go to Poland and they'll bring the family with them. Okay, so he's seen it as a migration purposes, not as study purposes. As well, can you hear me now? Yes, okay. I'm sorry. Yeah, I seen there was some kind of a break. Okay, so it's very important how you will prepare your student for the meeting. Okay, so you are choosing students with 3 to max 5 years gap. Okay, between the last education. You are choosing students that are not married. Okay, I'm sorry. Okay, they need to be single because they need to be seen as a student, okay, not as family migration purpose. Then it's very important how you will prepare your student for the meeting in the embassy. You know that in embassy, they will ask the student few questions. Student actually have really few minutes to present himself. He has 3 to 5 minutes to talk about himself. And consul may ask, why you chosen Poland? Okay, why you want to study in Warsaw? Why you chosen this university? What are you going to study? And believe me, if your student is not sure which degree he's going to study, this is visa rejection. Okay, he may ask the student, what are your plans about the future? Okay, so student shouldn't say that he's dreaming about migration and citizenship in Europe. Okay, he should talk about, oh, he wants to gain the best education, the quality education, and then get back to India to build Bharat to be a great country. Yeah. So students need to give a wise answers to the questions. You need to prepare the students well for this meeting. As well, consulate is checking if the students are able to afford the studies. Please don't do the silly things like buying the bank statements. Don't do it. This is visa rejection, because actually our consulate may ask the bank for the statement. If your student had 0 rupees on the account, okay, and week before the meeting in the consulate, somehow, okay, 1 million rupee, crore rupee arrived to his account, okay, or maybe, I don't know, 15 lakh rupee arrived to his account. Believe me, consul, he knows that. And he's seen it, that simply student borrowed this money from someone, took a loan, okay, or did something else, and where does money come from? So really, you need to be very careful when you are choosing students, and you need to inform them accurately. I know that Indian parents, they don't like keeping money in the banks. I know. But if you know that your student is preparing for visa meeting, if the parents, they do have this income, they should put some amount of money every month to account, okay, up to the meeting in the embassy, so the consulate could see that there is a regular income. Our consulate actually is checking last 6 months, okay, of the bank statement. Are there any other questions? Okay, only in Lima they're working, yeah? Any other questions? Agnes is working. Agnes is writing something to me. Okay. Mr. Razak, any questions? Did I cover mainly everything, guys? Is there anything that is not clear for you? Or something? Stay back. Okay, so everything is clear. Okay, perfect. So all the brochures, all the files, I will send you with new information until the end of this week to Mr. Razak, and he will provide you with this, okay? So, so you will be able as well to calmly read about it. Please, if you will have any questions, it's always better to ask. We still have time to the recruitment, because officially our application platform open in mid-April, 15th of April, okay? Until that time, we still have plenty of time. If you have any questions, or if you want to make anything clear, just let us know. In the admission team, we have Vlad and we have Anastasia working. This is boy and girl, okay? They are working our admission team, and they are always there to answer your questions. As well, if you need something urgently, Mr. Razak have my WhatsApp, so I will try to provide you with information. And I hope that if I'm going to meet you in India as well, I will be answered to provide you with any information that you may need. Okay? So, guys, please inform me now, because I should do a student presentation. What time shall be the student presentation now? If there is no other questions, okay, then I will contact Mr. Razak about my further presentation. I'm finishing this one, okay. Thank you very much. Okay, you were so patient. Okay, so you were so patient. Okay, was a great presentation. Okay, Agnes, thank you so much. You were very kind. Okay, really sorry for any technical problems. Okay, there was sometimes breaking, but not very often, and I've seen that it's breaking, so I repeat it all. And I'm here to assist you. Thank you very much. Have a lovely late afternoon in India. Actually, it's still morning in Warsaw. So thank you, and I'm wishing you to have a really nice recruitment, and I'm really hoping for a great season together. So bye bye, have a good day.